Association with Style Aid this year do you have?
I have come to see all you beautiful people and document you into the Herald Sun.
Into the Herald Sun?
I hope.
Because of course you write a column in the Herald.
Yes.
Cosmetic dentistry today, we have all these wonderful painless techniques, no injection, no dual dentistry. There's all sorts of ways of doing these things.
You're wearing one of these little chimes around your neck.
No, this is actually a locket.
Oh, it has something inside?
No, it doesn't. It's empty, but it folds out to about 8 little tiny pictures.
I've come all the way from Auckland, New Zealand, just for this occasion.
Tell me a little bit about this new resin which is being used. It's a white resin, isn't it?
Yes, you can paint it directly onto the teeth, no drilling required, no injection required, and you can instantly look fabulous.
How long does it take to fly from Auckland?
3.5 hours.
Could become a family heirloom for you.
I don't think I'll be having any children. I have a dog though, so perhaps I'll leave it to her.
The smile is a very, very important feature of the face.
Window to the world. It's the window to the world.
I thought that was the eyes. Off they go. When Lillian asks, Lillian gets. Look, I've got a hole in my fishnets down there. It's ever so tacky. You find that people are now very, very open about buying sex toys and lingerie?
Oh, totally. We sell so many sex toys.
What size are you?
Oh, I'm very small size, not a big size. I stand there for a minute.
Oh, look, you're also smart here.
I'm not nearly as smart as you. I just love the hat and dress combination.
I think I've overdressed. I don't think you can go past black chiffon.
No, and it never dates, which
No,
is
it
very
doesn't.
important.
I feel ever so sorry for you because you're having a little bit of trouble with your power source at the moment, aren't you?
I love this big light here.
Yes, well, you could do with that in Auckland.
I've been living in the dark for 3
Have they
months.
fixed the problem yet?
They have, yeah.
Thank goodness. What was the problem? A broken cord? That's better. I feel like I've been cut down. Wonderful. Now, you're from Auckland and you come over to Style Aid and you've worn red, which is highly symbolic.
Yes, it is.
It's a red ribbon.
I think she accepted my disability because she can see them. But with me being gay, she can't see it, so therefore she can't. I'm sure one day she will accept me.
I reckon if Sasha and I had sat down and wrote this book now rather than, what was it, 10 months ago, things would be different at the moment because I think the debates around racism, culture in Australia are really backwards. And I'm quite angry at the moment. Everything from Pauline Hanson to positions that the Howard government have taken. I think I would have written a much more angrier voice if I was writing now.
But in a more oppressive world where basically it's very dog eat dog. I mean, I do think that it's a long time between drinks, between civility at the moment, as I said, and I think the gay community, with living under the cure of AIDS, and I suppose that's the thing that one hopes in the next millennium, that there will be a cure. It'll be interesting whether there actually is still a coalition community or whether the boys will go off and do the boys thing, which the boys did a lot of before HIV, and the girls will go off and do the lesbian feminist thing.
It was good to go to America. I think it probably made the coming out
if you can call it that, the transition more.
I wasn't sure whether coming out was the right phrase.
No.
I just trying to draw a parallel for
okay. It was easier to do it over there, I think, because it was a small country area. People were incredibly tolerant of difference, as long as you didn't ask them to be part of it.
How can I put it? I love drag queens. Now, it's not as though I dislike transsexuals, because a lot of them are my friends, but I've never had a desire to live as a woman. I've loved to dress up as a drag queen, whether you're springable or unspringable.
I'm working on an installation at the moment in the city, part of the bridge project. Are you a regular client to Outrage?
No, I'm not a meat market man, I'm sorry.
Are you building a bridge? No, I'm doing, well, a bridge between... I'm working with young people. I've met a lovely boy called Storm. You've just come from the great success of Midsummer. Thank you, Kay. It was a success this year. It was a fairly interesting experience, I think. And the other boy I met is called Duck Pond. Oh God, there's so many gigs to get to in so little time. I did take that on board, Kay, and from you and most of the community. And next year we're looking to take it back to 4 weekends over 3 weeks. I've chosen a lace top here. A lace top. There were 48,000 people went through the National Gallery into the new Q exhibition of new queer artists. I think that's extraordinary. Now, of course, you are the editor of Outrage. I think I am. What do Outrage need to do to kind of push their market to the limits?
Something a bit more intimate. The future of Outrage. Where's that camera going? Am I supposed to look over there?
It's moving.
Okay, it's moving.
I don't want to show my age, but I went and looked in the archives and found myself in the September issue of Outrage, 1984.
We like postmodern camera angles. Outrage is in fact about being postmodern.
It's modern.
It's being...
Yes. Lots of glossy pictures.
Yes, lots of glossy pictures, lots of naked men. We think that is the...
That's very important.
That's the emphasis in postmodernism.
You are the proprietor of Outrage.
Yes.
Is a proprietor or chief executive officer? How does it go?
Both of those. One by day, one by night.
Outrage are celebrating their 15th anniversary.
15th anniversary.
It's very exciting for you all.
We're very proud, we're very excited.
Yes.
We've endured.
I like the time we caught Bruce Ruxton in a gay bar and managed to take a photo of him at the opening of, can't remember what it was, but some gay venue in South Melbourne. I enjoyed that because he was so mortified by it. I thought that was a highlight.
It also comes into the fact that all my life I'd been in hiding, I'd been in denial, I'd lied. If anyone asked, I'd just tell the worst bald-faced lies about, no, me, gay? Want to be a woman? No, never. And you do it to protect yourself because you're taught that if you found out, the world's going to come crashing in around you. And for me it was sort of a safety thing that now I could stand naked and no one would, ever be able to say, oh my God, look at that. But as to the actual... I think the best way to put it is it doesn't make you male or female to have a penis or a vagina. Okay. It's in your head, it's who you are.
Okay. Can we talk about your relationship? How long have you been together?
About 13 months.
Okay.
What, 400 and something days?
Oh, you
No, we're not counting.
And then you decided to do the wedding thing?
Yep.
And what kind of response did you get from your friends? Kind of invite everybody?
Yeah, we pretty much invited all our friends, and some people, quite a lot of our friends were really confused about it and were actually quite politically opposed to it because it was, sort of marriage is, this big tour of the patriarchy. We have a lot of feminist friends that are really fun.
The bizarre thing about Lola really is that it did go to a gay and lesbian publisher first who sat on it for months, and then basically I think was running scared because they didn't know whether the book was homophobic and racist. I mean, that's the comments, you know, I got back, so I assume that must be what they believed. And that really angered me, because I just thought that meant they had their, you know, heads up, you know, the asshole of Oxford Street, really, that they couldn't see that sexuality can't be confined into ghettos, that, you know, that homosexuality lived out on the western suburbs or lived, you know, within a Greek community, you know, a non-Anglo community was going to have a different expression.
I hope it's not going to be as drug orientated as I have noticed in the last 4 years. I think that is a sadness, that people can't go out without medication. I'm not against people having medication, if you know what I mean, but I am a bit wary of the fact that it's a false confidence and everybody looks beautiful and everything's lovey-dovey, but it's like an escapism. And I think drugs are really the problem for the gay scene to look at.
Because you work in Hairs and Aye.
I do indeed, yes.
Now, has anything on the program caught your attention this year in particular?
It's good to see Frisk has actually made an appearance. I've been waiting for it. It's one of my favourite books.
Now, there wasn't a great deal of dialogue in your movie.
It's none.
No dialogue.
No dialogue.
So this is deliberate.
Yes, I sort of was working with the themes of the 30s and using silent to tell the story, not using any dialogue, but using music instead.
What was it like working with Mr. Kovsky? Oh, Barry. Barry and I. Well, you know, Barry and I are doing a few new productions together next. What's it about?
Oh, murder and sex. The things we enjoy most.
It's a short film. It's about love and betrayal, and it's set in the 1930s.
What did you think of the films here this evening?
Oh, it was...
Well, it made me want to move to Queensland, and then it made me want to move to the southern states of America in the second film.
So do you think that was representative of the scene in Brisbane?
No, not at all, I can tell you. That's why I left. I love a lot of the 30s era, the sort of melodramatic style of films then, and Marlene Dietrich, that whole kind of thing.
I didn't actually see the movie anymore because I don't watch movies anymore. I just make them. How much does something like that cost to make?
To tell you the truth, it cost, I think, about $10,000, but it should have cost in reality if we'd paid people about $100,000. So
okay, so it was a pretty good deal.
It was a very good team effort.
What was your little film called with Barry? It was called Pills and Potions, and it was about Rita La Kakita, the most misunderstood drag queen in Melbourne.
Yeah, I did that nipple clampers thing.
That was very good.
Yep, I've got a film this year in the festival called Psychedelic Playboy. It's hot. It's about sexual fantasy, darling. Mwah.
What did you think of this first movie, The Feature?
I loved Alex. She had excellent taste in lingerie.
I tell you, they really know how to throw a party, these film people, don't they?
Fish and chips are just absolutely divine.
You're one of the volunteers with the Queer Film and Video Festival?
Yes, they really look after you here, make sure everything's going well, and we just basically got the food out and the booze and everyone's happy.